Okay, so if you're a college football fan, obviously it's the off season, but the Christmas day of the off season is tomorrow, the 2018 National Signing Day. All of this past year's recruits are going to put pen to paper and they're going to head to their school of choice. Today I'm going to give a brief rundown of some of the recruits that have already signed in the early signing period and are currently enrolled at the University of Auburn. Quick start is Joey Gatewood. Obviously, he's a four-star athlete out of Bartram Trail High School. I'm sorry. He is listed as an athlete, but all indicators point to him playing quarterback. He's around 6'4", 6'5", 230-pound quarterback. Absolute rocket of an arm. Can make all the throws. He runs. He can pass. He runs inside. He can burst outside and break a long run if you're not careful with him. And everyone's kind of quick to throw out the comparison to Cam, but if this guy develops like he should and is allowed to sort of not have to fit in that mold of Cam Newton, he's going to be a star for as long as he's at Auburn. But he's got to first have the patience to sit behind Jarrett Stidham until his time comes, and second, have the mental composure to make it through a competition and win that job. Next on my list is Quindarius Monday. He's listed as an athlete from Carver High School. He is listed at 6'2", 183. All the highlights, film, and whatnot that I've watched on this guy, he's looking to play in the defensive backfield somewhere. He's physical, got good speed and closing ability on the ball, and he's just physical. He doesn't mind getting dirty and hitting people. He looks to be a future starter in our secondary. I see him possibly taking a red shirt, maybe, and developing, but he could also step in right away, take a depth position, maybe play on special teams some, and sort of get the speed of the game sort of down and acclimated to. But he's another one. He's going to fill a good role for Auburn in the future. Next up is the Auburn player besides Asa Martin, besides Joey Gatewood, that has the most hype coming into this next season. There's talk of him competing for a starting job as a true freshman, which is unheard of in really any SEC school, especially a top-tier one like Auburn. He's a running back from Decatur, Alabama, listed at 5'11", 200 pounds. And this guy, he was Mr. Alabama for a reason. He accounted for 33 touchdowns his senior year. He did everything you could ask a football player to do. He played wildcat quarterback. He went out on routes. He's a good route runner as you can be as a high school running back. He's got good hands. He's solid carrying the football, and I think he's going to have a little trouble winning a job this year with Cam Martin, Devin Barrett, Malik Miller, and other talented guys coming in that can possibly fill that role for Auburn. But when this guy fills out his frame and he develops and he builds a little bit of muscle, he's going to be a force in the Auburn backfield. Next up is another four-star, Jamian Sherwood. He's a safety from Jensen Beach, Florida, listed at 6'2" and 195. He's in the same mold as Quindarius Monday. He's big, fast, and physical. He breaks to the ball, and you just don't see a whole lot of plays where he's not giving his full effort. He's He's not quite as there as Quindarius Monday is. He's most likely taking a redshirt year, but he's going to develop into a quality player in Auburn's backfield. Up next is a guy that was committed to Auburn early. Then he was ruled academically ineligible. And went to Mississippi Gulf Community College. He's listed at defensive tackle, 6'3", 282 pounds. I'm of course talking about the 4-star Daquan Newkirk. This guy plays with a lot of the same attributes as Montravius Adams. He's an athletic freak. He started out as a running back, was a 250-pound running back at his old high school in Florida, and he bulked up, went to the defensive line, and has been a freak ever since. And once he sort of catches on to the speed of the game at the next level, he's going to be an impact player on our defensive line. I'm calling him the next impact defensive tackle on our roster. And back to the offensive side of the ball, we are going to 3-star Shedrick Jackson. He's a wide receiver out of Hoover, Alabama, listed as 6'1" and 195 pounds. He's got good range. He breaks to the ball well. He makes a lot of contested catches. He's very crisp route runner, great hands. He's gonna factor in somewhere, maybe even this year. He could also take a redshirt year and take a year to develop and learn behind some of the guys that are already in. But either way, he's going to fill another need for Auburn, whether it be depth or as a starter. And the last signee that's already enrolled at campus is 3-star outside linebacker Josh Marsh, another Alabama native. He's listed at 6'1", 215 pounds, and he plays with a lot of the same attributes as Deshaun Davis. He's a very rangy, strong guy who can break through blocks. He plays really well on the outside, going from sideline to sideline, and he's essentially, in essence, another defensive back on the field at linebacker. He's a guy I don't see as an early contributor. I see him taking some time to develop, but once he does, I see him being a very good role player in Auburn's defense. This class so far as a whole really is about building up Kevin Steele's defense. Replacing some of the talent that left, as difficult as that may seem. Guys like Trey Matthews and Jeff Holland don't grow on trees, and I think that with development, these guys, while they may not end up as special players like those guys, there's a lot of talent in this just small group. And tomorrow, more guys look to put pen to paper, and this is looking to be another great class for Gus Malzahn and the Auburn Tigers.